you hear Dennis Schroeder's going to sign and trade for the Detroit Pistons to Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
Then Shams comes out. It's not a thing. He says it's straight up 3-year deal, $45 million. Now you're hearing again that it may be a thing. The Pistons have got to decide on what they want in exchange.
Tell you what, shit like this never happened when Woj was in charge. Just
There
saying.
you go.
I mean, you're probably on the money with that one.
Bring the Woj bombs back.
Oh, he's
Woj would never
on the
put out
money.
a fake contract. It wasn't happening. Just saying.
For sure.
But yeah, they're edging Pistons fans right now. We do. They're just making us work for it.
I had a guy who initially said like the
complaints.
Kings were trying to shop Monk for more at first.
Yeah.
But now it all sounds like the Pistons might not necessarily be interested in Monk.
I don't know.
Or they be trying to like three-way and land Jonathan Kuminga.
They're trying to three-way it.
An
which
edging
a
three-way?
three-way edge can get pretty nasty.
Easy.
Get intense.
They're trying to
for
find
sure.
somebody to work with, and there are a lot of different players that fit the amount of money. I can't remember exactly what
up to $23 million.
Yeah, Amari Sankofa
Well, $14
said
million
it's
exception.
like a $14 to $23 million roster spot is basically what they're looking to find from somebody else in this three-way trade.
Do you want me to read it real quick?
Yeah.
Pistons can take back up to $22.6 million in any sign and trade involving Schroeder, who will reportedly sign a 3-year, $45 million contract before he's dealt to the Kings. Alternatively, Pistons can forego taking back salary to generate a player trade exception of $14.3 million. Or they can take a player or multiple players worth up to $14.3. So it sounds like they take a player, it has to be that $14.3. I think Monk would be over that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like it's going to be him.
I want it to be a stretch four, dude.
That's what we need.
Like Malik Monk would be cool. I would take Malik Monk. He's a very good player. Him and Karis LeVert coming off the bench just ISO-ing teams to death would be pretty cool to watch.
Filthy.
But a backup four would be great. You lost Fontecchio. You didn't replace that spot just yet. I think that's what Trajan's trying to do. I think he's trying to get a backup for Tobias Harris to bring in a guy who's more capable than Simon Fontecchio. And I don't know who that's going to be. I saw there was a list going out there of all the guys that fit that role or fit that.
Yeah, I saw that actually. I probably should have screenshot that.
Let me see if I can find it. I think it's in the group chat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm fine either way. The reason why the free agency situation got a little bit frustrating for me is like I thought we were getting Malik Monk from the jump. So I was like, damn. Like Trajan really took Schroeder, who he got for nothing at the deadline, had him contribute to a playoff run. I don't want to say a run, but your first playoff win in 20-plus years. And now he's walking. You're not going to be able to afford to pay him. But you're getting something in return. That's amazing. That's like phenomenal move. I'm back at that point, though, even if it's not a player. It's just the fact you're getting something back in return.
Yeah.
I'll take that because I believe at the deadline the Pistons will make a move in some form or fashion.
You got Schroeder for free, and now you're getting something for him.
It's a W.
It's absolute W. And you look at Kyle Metz put this up on Twitter.
Shout out.
Forwards that fit into Schroeder's sign and trade as is: Kuzma, Dylan Brooks, Harrison Barnes,
Kuzma,
Rui Hachimura, Patrick Williams, Keldon Johnson, Jonathan Isaac, P.J. Washington, Obi Toppin, Jared Vanderbilt, and Keegan Murray. Honestly, any of those guys I would be pretty happy with.
Didn't Kuzma sign a giant deal? How would he fit?
It wasn't that big.
Anson brought up Kuzma earlier today.
Yeah. Kuzma, you kind of disrespect. I would take Rui. I would take P.J. Washington. I would obviously take Keegan Murray. I don't know how you
So
pry
obviously
Keegan
we can go over the 14.6 then because Kuzma's 22.
Yeah, it's like 14 to 23 or something.
Kuminga's 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kuzma this year is 21.4.
Yeah, I believe
Kuminga's
it was
around the
14 to
same, too.
23 million was the roster spot that we're looking to fill in the
Yeah.
sign and trade. And those are forwards that fit that. And all of those forwards would be extremely good options coming off the bench.
Give me the list one more time.
Okay.
Kuzma,
Dylan Brooks, Harrison Barnes, Rui Hachimura, Patrick Williams, Keldon Johnson, Jonathan Isaac, P.J. Washington, Obi Toppin, Jared Vanderbilt, and Keegan Murray.
I would take almost all.
I would
guys.
take any of them. Absolutely any. To be a backup four on this team,
Yeah.
my preferred, probably in order of preferability, whatever. Preference. Yeah, there you go. Keegan Murray would be number one.
Okay. Over Obi Toppin?
Over Obi Toppin. I would probably put Rui Hachimura 2.
Can you text
Probably
us?
Jared Vanderbilt 3, and then P.J. Washington 2. I would put P.J. Washington probably over Jared Vanderbilt. So my top 3 would probably be Keegan Murray, Rui Hachimura, P.J. Washington.
I gotta see the list in front of me. Visualize it. I
One.
think he's like the perfect predecessor. I mean, actually, Keegan would be the perfect predecessor to Tobias.
And can Obi Toppin consistently do what he did last year? Does he shoot? What's his 3-pointers in his career?
Last year he went off. I think his career is 35. We were looking
Career
at
he's
yesterday,
35. Yeah.
which is good.
Last year he was 36. The year before that he was 40 on 3 attempts.
Uber athletic.
Super athletic.
I think a guy like that for
Slasher.
JB to get his hands on,
Good rebounder.
JB could turn into I don't want to say defensive nightmare, but definitely a defensive piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen JB do it this year with guys we never expected defense out of. We saw the whole mentality of this team shift. If he gets a hold of an Obi Toppin, who also got a taste of an NBA Finals, that's like, yeah. But I don't have the list in front of me.
I look at P.J. Washington as a guy that is very similar to
who posted it again one more time? I apologize.
Kyle Metz. Here, I'll just send it to you.
I appreciate you.
P.J. Washington is a guy that I would like. It's a guy that I think would fit the team well. I like you said.
I like them all.
I just texted it to you. Let me send it on Twitter. My bad.
All right, bet.
Any of these guys would fit extremely well as the backup power forward for the Pistons. If Trajan Langdon could do this to swing Dennis Schroeder, which he got for free, for one of these guys and improve your backup 4 spot, that would be an extremely big W.
Because Kuzma did it and I know Cade's not obviously LeBron's like athleticism, but like style of play with Kuzma.
Rui too, dude.
Yeah, but Rui didn't win it. Kuzma did. And he's from Michigan.
Yeah, he talks a lot of shit about the Pistons though.
He does, but I mean,
It's like nobody
when you're
wants to
from
do
here,
that.
I take it a little different when you're from here. You know? And also, he was talking shit about the Pistons team being ass. We were talking about Detroit being
Rui
shit.
shot 41% on 4 threes last year and 42% on 3.5 the year before that. Averaged 13-plus points both years.
No, Rui's a shooter.
Averaged
for sure.
5
He's kinda
rebounds
soft on
both
defense.
years. Half a block, about a steal. I would take Rui. I think he would be at the top of my list.
Rui be at the top of your list?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make a
Jonathan
chat
Isaac
poll.
would be great if but
Stayed healthy.
he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
He's
that's
made
the
of
issue there.
glass. Jonathan Isaac would be an all-star if he could stay healthy.
Kuz in his career is shooting 33. Last year he shot 33. 30 the year
Yeah,
before.
Kuz is more of a pretty much the same thing Tobias is, which is like a ball-stopping forward that
Yeah.
can hit some threes but not super consistently.
With LeBron, though, he
Rui's a
catches
good
shoot.
shooter.
No, Rui's a very, very good shooter. Again, I'm not opposed to that either. Yeah, with LA, because again, with LeBron, he was catch and shoot, right?
Yeah.
36% on 5 attempts.
Yeah.
So like if he falls back and plays not even a Robin, the fucking utility belt, that works out. But I'm with you too. Rui's a better shooter.
Any of these guys would
That's what
be.
you're asking me
I would
to
be
do.
happy with any of these guys, really, except for Jonathan Isaac because he's.
My computer's frozen. Tell me what the chat's saying. What guy are they with?
Everybody's pretty much echoing sentiments.
Rui or Keegan?
Cartier says PJ and Keegan are the real prize wings. DNC's talking about Vandy. You take Vandy, but he's not in your top 5, 6, or 7. It's any of these guys. Yeah. DNC says I would legit take any of them. Dante 151 with a super chat. He says, "Well, this just came up. Jonas Valanciunas reportedly mulling a move to Europe, and his decision could impact Nuggets, Kings, and Warriors. Wow, just wow. That is pretty crazy.
That's probably why this is happening.
That's probably why this
Remember
is
they
happening.
initially. Well, I guess if he moves, though, that would still clear the.
I don't know if
space to avoid the trade.
if the deal's officially done yet.
Yeah, the guy I talked to said they were looking to get more from Monk, not necessarily from the Pistons. I know I tweeted that out. I misread what he said. They just feel they could get more from Monk than Dennis Schroeder, which
And absolutely they
could. Yeah, so I got
That's
that.
why when people were like, "Yeah, it's Schroeder for Monk straight up," I was like, "How would that make sense for the Kings?"
I just thought Trajan was a fucking man at that point.
That would have been insane.
That would have been nuts. They got to do this. They got to figure this out. I'm sick of waiting. I don't know why. I didn't know you could. I guess July 7th is when all these situations go through, like the Lakers. I'm sorry, the Houston Rockets, in order to acquire Kevin Durant, working on a 7-team NBA record 17 trade. It had to evolve. That's insane.
Yeah,
I can't. I better keep up with 3 to 4.
7-team trade is pretty wild.
That is wild. Maybe the Pistons get down on that. I don't see how they wouldn't.
The Pistons have interest in Chris Boucher per Evan Sidri. Sidri?
Mm-hmm.
He works for Forbes. NBA contributor for Forbes. I talked about Chris Boucher. I would not mind Chris Boucher. I don't think that I would.
I'm not over the moon.
I would definitely rather have anybody on the list that we just read over Chris Boucher, but he is a good rim protector and he can shoot from that 4 spot. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't be my first move, but if you miss out on the sign and trade with Dennis Schroeder, Chris Boucher would be a fine consolation piece. It would not make me nearly as excited as any of the guys on this list.
Yeah.